Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, bitch, y'all, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. That's my word, man. He was like, y'all with me or not? So everybody was like, shh, it's holiday pack. You know what I mean? Like, yo, Mike, I was like, yo, man, I've been hearing about this, man. I've been hearing about this junk. I'm trying to order that junk, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to order that junk, man. They was like, well, look, that's all I'm saying, though, man. We just gotta come together as one pod, man. Like, I'm gonna make sure we all stick together, man. That's all. So the sergeant was like, he was just looking at the joint. So the sergeant was like, hey, get off that table. Get off. He finally came on the joint and said, get off that table. He called Lawrence. He said, Lawrence. Lawrence walked to the bars. So the sergeant, like, leaning in, like, in the booth, they got, like, little bars. So he, like, leaning in the joint. So Lawrence walked up. Lawrence was like, so he was saying something to Lawrence. So after he finished talking to Lawrence, you know, we all still standing by the TV. We was all that. He walked back up. He was like, hey, look. He said he just chose me to be the pod representative, man. He said, man, he was listening to me talk, man. I ain't know he was, why y'all ain't tell me he was in the booth? I'm standing on the table. It's like, man, I ain't seen him till the last minute, man. He be like, man, yeah. But he said, I'm gonna be the pod representative, man. He gonna pick one out of each pod, man. He was like listening to me, gave him my idea to pick a pod representative. That's how we gonna keep this stuff in order. So I'm like, all right, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it is what it is. I can adapt to anything. I'm not one of them hard inmates, you know what I mean, that just gonna not care about nothing. No, it's for the greater good. I'm with that joint. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So you're like, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all simply though, man. Like, we gotta keep it together. So everybody walked away like, that's what's up. So when we walked away, you know what I mean? Like the big Richmond dude, like we were just looking at each other, like, and I looked at him, he looked at me, and he was like, and I just kind of gave him a look, and then I just peeled off, like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what he was doing. I was like, me and Big Boy gonna fight, we gonna fight. And I ain't gonna run from him, I ain't gonna be scared of him, you know what I mean? I know it's more than y'all than us, but at the end of the day, you know I'm a wreck. Like, you already know I'm a wreck, man. That's a lot. So I was like, man, I'm gonna stay out his way because I see the tension. So as I'm standing over there, I'm chilling. So as I'm standing over by my man, say I'm chilling, we all talk about it, everybody like, yo, man, you know what I mean? My homeboy got the little ice on his eye. He got a t-shirt with ice cubes in it. He like this. He got a joint on his eye from that whooping he just took. That's my word. He like this. I'm like, yo, so we all talk about it, like, yo, man, that holiday pack. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get, I was like, you getting a holiday pack? I was like, I'm gonna send one of my mom and one of my other people's, man. I was like, look, let me know if you ain't getting one. Anybody let me know who ain't getting one, I'm gonna get one. Dudes like, yo, we ain't even get it yet. Like, we still gotta stay out the way. Y'all fighting in here. Dudes were talking to us like, y'all fighting. Y'all the ones in here fighting. Y'all the ones that can't get along. So we like, man, listen, man, we fought and that was that. I was like, we fought and that's a wrap, man. Ain't nothing else about it, man. Like, we talk about. He was like, yeah, but look, what's gonna happen when y'all get into it again? Y'all gonna risk the holiday packs on it? So I'm like, man, listen, man, I'm not trying to risk no holiday packs on it, man. So as we saying that, the door opened up, everybody was like, Sergeant, he come back in the joint. When you look, you see Lawrence coming in right behind him. Lawrence coming in the joint, came right over there where we was at. He was like, he called Big Boy. He called the leader. He called the dude that was like the leader of the red team in our pod. He called me and my homeboy. Then he called the white dude that be running with the white dudes. And then he called like this little Mexican dude. It was only like 3 of them in our pod, but he called the Mexican dude. He was like, let me holler at y'all back here. So we was like, what? He's like, let me holler. He came and talked to hit everybody. Let me holler at y'all back here. So I see everybody walking back there. I was like, come on, bro. So me and bro walked back there. You know what I mean? I seen the Richmond dude was kind of close to me right there. I made sure I watched him. I'm like, watch him. So we walked back there. We all walked back there. He was like, look, I just came from the first representative meeting, man. It was in the sergeant office, man. He was like, look, they're gonna give us more privileges too, man. They're gonna start playing movies for us too. We like, movies for real? Like, yeah, they gonna start playing movies too, man. And they're gonna start letting us go to get the holiday pack 2 times a year now. One in the winter, one in the summer. That's how they gonna do it. So we like, for real, what else they talking about? He was like, man, they talking about, man, like, they just trying to like change up a lot of stuff, man. Like, they giving us a lot of privileges, man. And like, you know, I'm digging it. He used the old word like that. He was like, I'm digging it. Like, what they was saying, I'm digging it, man. Like everything they saying, I was digging it, man. Like, so everybody asking questions, he answering the questions, you know what I mean? So like, He like, man, look, the movies, man, I don't know about y'all. He said they gonna play movies Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I don't know about y'all, but I want that too. I don't know about y'all, man. He said everybody that was part representative, their whole argument was that we can't control people in there, man. You know what I mean? He said it's gonna boil down to this, man. The ones that staying out the way is gonna be the ones with the most privileges, man. Penitentiary changing, y'all. So I'm like, I hear that, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, though, you know, like, I feel like the people in the meeting said, though, how you gonna change people, man? So he was like, man, listen, all I'm telling y'all is this, man. Think about it, man. Just think about how easy your bid can be, man. Movies, man. Holiday packed soon. Like, just think, I was like, man, this dude super state struck on the low, but I get it, though. You know what I mean? You got to be able to have something to fight for in there, man. Like, you know, getting a holiday pack means a lot to a person, man. No, I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't want the holiday pack. I'm just not a boisterous person. I'm not going to be the revolutionary guy behind this, man. I'm not going to turn into Nelson Mandela behind no cookies and cakes, y'all. So, boom. As bad as I wanted to order the pack of salmon on that joint, though, man, like, I was still going to keep my composure and be the dude that's in the cut. But we all was back there in agreement, though. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. Like, I gotta get Lawrence's props, man. He brought us together. He brought us together to a point where, like, I can stand a little close to the Richmond dude. Like, at first, I wouldn't want to get that close. Like, when you in a pod and you that fought this beef, you're never going to try to put yourself in a predicament where you're close. And if you are close, you're going to be watching yourself. So, like, you know, it was just unspoken beef still floating around. The tension still was in the air. So, like I say, Lawrence kind of, like, you know, he kind of alleviated the tension slightly. You know, he brought us together. But still tension in there, y'all, I gotta say. So as I walked away, as the meeting was over with, I see the big dude. Big dude look at me again. He like, I was like, what's up, man? Why you keep looking at me, man? What's good, man? He was like, oh, let me holler at you, short. I was like, what's up, man? I was gonna come holler at you soon too, though, man. He was like, yeah, I know, man. He was like, look, I ain't gonna lie. He said, you know, we used to gamble in 2 billion. He said, you know, I fuck with you, Weezy, man. Like, I ain't never had no problem with you. I said, bro, I ain't never had no problem with you. Son, you beating my homeboy ass. I said, now, you already know how that shit go, bro. Like, I'm gonna go with him just like, yo, people's gonna go with you. He was like, yeah, I know. He was like, yeah, goddamn. My homeboy said you slammed the shit out of his ass in the room. I was like, yeah, bro. Like, I don't do no joking. I'm trying to get a fight over with fans, bro. He was like, look, man, shorty, like, I ain't gonna lie, though. Like, man, like, Lawrence makes sense what he's saying. Like, you know, if you can holler at your homeboy, like, I'm gonna keep Richmond in line. Like, you know what I mean? You keep Norfolk in line. I was like, bro, I can't control niggas, bro. I was like, you know, the old head dudes, they ain't really making no noise. He was like, no, but you know, since we fought, they thinking we the wild ones. So, like, if you can holler at your homeboys, then everything will be straight. So I'm like, all right, that's what's up, though, man. I was like, everything good, though? He was like, man, everything good. So me and bro dapped up, man. Like, I just felt like that was something powerful, man. Like, you know, we was able to squash our beef all behind Lawrence, is all behind Lawrence bringing us together just so we can order the holiday pack, man, and maybe a movie on the weekend. Things was changing in the penitentiary, y'all. So boom. Nevertheless, man, time has to go on, man. So, you know, like, everybody's in there moving right. Everybody's in that jump moving right. You gotta move right, man, because it's like, it didn't make sense. I was already a dude that didn't catch charges. Nobody was in there that was really writing you charges. But still, though, like violence, stuff like that, they weren't trying to have it. They weren't trying to have it. Now, the red team was still in the pod. The red team was in agreement. You know, when the leader, one of the dudes that was the leaders in our pod, went to the meeting, and we had talked to Lawrence, like, you know, he was in agreement just like how me and Big Boy from Richmond was. He was in agreement with the whole situation as far as keeping everybody moving right. Because that's what it was about, man. So, like, you know, Lawrence's whole thing was like, yo, we got to keep it right. We got to do this. We got to do that. So as soon as we had said that, man, like, you know, it's one more week before this month is almost over with. And then we're going to be able to fill out this holiday pack stuff, man. So the red team get into it. It was like, it was so crazy because it was like the red team, like they wasn't beefing with the blue team because there wasn't no blue team yet like that. Like, it was probably a couple in there. I can remember around this time. This is when I was a 4 builder. I don't even really think it was none at this time, to be honest with y'all. But the red team, they done started a little drama with they self. They done started drama with theyself, man. Red team sometimes used to only really have time to really beef with theyself because there was nobody else to beef with. You know what I mean? Like, they'll beef with theyself sometimes. Like, if you wrong, they gonna scrape you. If you got something wrong in your paperwork, they gonna scrape you. If they heard something wrong about what your set is, they gonna scrape you. Like, that's just how I used to go. So everybody had told me, like, yo, bro, look, when y'all went to dinner, man, say word, dude, from right there, the young dude, the other dude for the red team ended up beating up the dude that was on the red team. I'm like, what? So, like, yeah, they was like, man, he all knotted up in the cell. We're like, man, so, like, right when we was thinking everything was changing, like, you know what I mean? Like, this junk that got bad. So we like, yo, this junk wild. So the dude, Lawrence, he hear about the junk, you know what I mean? So as soon as he hear about the junk, I see him talking to Big Boy from Richmond. So I was already walking laps with my man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm walking laps. You know, we just came back from child a little bit. So I'm just walking laps with my homeboy. He sees, like, hey, Weezy. He called me up there. I was like, hold on. Walked over there. Big Boy was over there. He was like, hey, dude from the red team got beat up. I'm like, yeah, I heard, man. I heard it, you know what I mean? I don't know what happened, but they just said it, you know what I mean? He X'd out or whatever the case, man. He was like, man, see, man, listen, he would start talking like this. He was like, man, see, man, if they find out, man, they gonna take us off the list for the holiday packs, man. I'm like, bro, listen. I said, Lawrence, look, at the end of the day, bro, it's always gonna be bad apples, man. You know what I mean? What can you do when it's a bad apple? I said, sometimes it's gonna be bad apples, bro. Like, penitentiary, man. He was like, no, man. He was like, look, man, we gotta go holler at them right now, though, man. What's up? You ready? I'm like, I'm ready. Go holler at who? He was like, man, look, man, I told you in the beginning, we all got to come together as one, man. He said, man, we all got to come together, man. You ever watched the cartoon Voltron? I was like, of course I watched Voltron. He was like, you see how they come together? Everybody come together, and that's how we got to come together, man, as one, man. I was like, so what you gonna go pull up on him and say? He was like, I'm gonna go tell him, man, they got to fix this immediately, man. They gotta fix this immediately, man. They can't let dude get tore off for having a bruised face, man. I'm like, so fat boy from Richmond just looking at me like he didn't really want to do it either. He was like, I'm like, man, I'm gonna walk over there with you, Lawrence, but like, I ain't doing that. I ain't saying that. I'm letting you know now. But I'm just doing this for you can know that he can see that me and bro together and we was able to handle our differences. So like, this is an example of anything can be squashed. You know what I mean? So he was like, that's all I ask. That's all I ask, man. That's all I ask. I'm like, all right, man. So go over to bro said. Red team dude slept in cell 11 right next to the Terror Dome where we was fighting at a couple weeks ago. So we walk over the joint. He knocked on the door. It was like 4 of them in his cell, 229 already. So he come to the door. He like, what's up? Lawrence was like, hey, look, man, get your door, but man, I need to holler at you right quick. He was like, so he get his door and he step out. You know what I mean? All the red team members come out behind him. You know what I mean? He was like, what's up? Lawrence was like, look, man, all I'm saying is this, man. Like, I don't know if you care about the holiday pack and getting movies. He was like, but it's going to be more privileges, man. Like, we just got to move better and kind of do a little better, man. Like, you know, the violence, that's all they care about. Like, it can't be no violence, though, man. I heard y'all had to goddamn put your hands on somebody, man. He was like, look, we got to handle business, man. Sometimes we just got to handle business, man. I ain't trying to fuck nothing up for nobody. But I got to handle business when it's time to handle business. Lawrence was like, look, I respect that. But at the same time, though, man, like, I'm trying to, you was with us, young blood. I thought you was with us. He was like, yeah, I am with y'all. He was like, ain't nobody gonna find out about him. He was like, are you positive about this, man? He was like, man, nobody's gonna find out about him, man. He was like, man, listen, man, I'd rather y'all just clean him up, man, on the boulevard and get him out of here, man. Make him check in or something, man. He was like, so you want us to get him out the pod? He was like, man, listen, in a way that he's not gonna get tore off for fighting, man. I don't care what it is, man. Tell that man go check in, man. So he was like, man, if they check in, they gonna see his face. He was like, yeah, I know they gonna see his face, but he can't say it happened in the pod. He said, when we go outside this afternoon, man, we all in the ball field with 2 buildings and 1 building, man. He said, man, tell that man to check in right after that, man. Everybody was looking like, I was looking like, me and Fat Boy looked at each other like, Lawrence is an evil genius, y'all, so boom. He said, man, make the man check in from the yard, man. Tell him he want to go to the hole, man. I was like, I'm looking at the dude from Red Team. He was like, he looked around, he was like, I don't want none of my homies going down for it. Lawrence was like, correct. And we not trying to mess up the holiday pack. That's what we not trying to do. We not trying to mess up this holiday pack, man. And I want to see movies, man. I'm tired of looking at freaking TBS every day, man. I want to watch a movie, man. TNT don't have nothing up there, man, no more. I'm trying to look at movies, man. So I'm like, man, this dude scrub, man. I'm like, this is crazy. But you know what? I got to give him his props still, though, because he brought us together, man. The Red Team dude was like, he said, hey, yo, called dude from Red Team over there. He said, hey, look, man, go tell that bitch ass motherfucker that, goddamn, when we go outside rep, bring his ass out there, walk some laps, then go to the fucking gate and say he want to go to the fucking hole. So the Red Team member was like, all right. He went upstairs to dude's cell. Dude slept in like 43, all the way down at the end on top 10. So he go to his cell. You know what I mean? See, I'm talking to him. So lady said, stand by for outside rep. Stand by for outside rep. So everybody was like, man, we straight, man. Everything's straight. Red Team member dude was like, yeah, everything's straight. So we all dip. You know what I mean? So everybody getting ready to go outside. Cause I want to see this dude check in. I want to see this because I haven't even seen the dude yet. So they finally look. I see the Red Team standing up by his door. So he finally come out. The lady shut the door. Boom. So he step out. He look stupid. He got his orange cap on. You know what I mean? You can tell the orange cap is covering some bruises. You know what I mean? Kind of like a light brown skinned dude, lighter than me. He walking. He like, dude telling him. You see dude leaning on the top tail. One of the Red Team was like, yo, giving him instructions. Like, look, boom, 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 boom. This is what it is. So he like, my word. They said, exit out for rec. We all leave. We go outside. We get on the ball field. I'm standing right there by the gate. I'm a witness. Did y'all tell my man? Me and my homeboy from North standing right there. I'm like, hey, look. He said they about to make dude check in from the ball field, bro, for it won't look like somebody beat his ass in our pod. You know what I mean? He was like, shit, that's smart. For real. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna see if he gonna do it. Dude came out. He was with the red team. Dude said something to him. Red team dispersed. Red team got away from his ass. He started walking laps by his damn self, looking lonely as a bitch. Every time he get around there where the Bloods was at, niggas was looking at him like he's the nigga that's exiled out of the damn red team. My word. He started moving around, walking laps. He did like 5 laps. On like his 5th lap, the CO dude was standing over by 4 building. He was like, he got his attention. Dude walked up. He did like this. He moved his head. He was like, man, I promise you, man. The CO almost said, damn. So boom. I promise you, man. CO dude was like, what happened to you? He was like, I fell on a pull-up bar. He was like, you ain't fall on no pull-up bar, man. You out here fighting, man. Come on, man. Get out, man. He opened the gate up. 3 building right there. He was like, come on. Walked that man in the 3 building. Everybody was like, man, like, I looked up at Lawrence. Lawrence was working out. He was like, he was on a push-up bar. He was like, He got up. He was like, he looked over at me. He was like he did, son. I'm like, that's word, dude. Went to the beam. Everybody walked up. Richard dude walked up to see me. He was like, man, that joint work, short. I was like, man, that joint work. So we get back to the building. When we get back to the building, as soon as we get back in, the sergeant come in the joint. The sergeant come in with the COs to pack his stuff. So when the sergeant came in, he was just looking around. You know what I mean? He was like, He did one of them jokes. He was like, Lawrence was like, everything good, Sarge? Everything good? He was like, yeah, everything good, everything. Just waiting for them to pack up that dude's stuff. What happened to him in there? Lawrence said, huh? Sergeant was like, did I start? What happened to him in there? Lawrence was like, man, I don't know. I think they say we were fighting on the yard. I was like, man, Lawrence is good, man. I was like, this dude, wow. So CO was like, don't worry about it. Yeah, come on. They grabbed the stuff. Sergeant dipped out. You know what I mean? Lawrence was like, yeah, I told y'all, look, gotta keep a low profile in here, man. Gotta keep a low steady profile in here because if we don't, then you know what I mean? Like this, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, man. So I'm like, man, that's y'all crazy, man. But he like, look, I wanna have a meeting, man. He was like, man, because I'm telling you, we had a meeting the other day. I ain't tell y'all about it. He was like, look, I wanna holler at all y'all after count. I was like, all right, that's what's up, you know what I mean? So waited after count clear. We all met in the back corner again. All us back there, red team, me, Richmond dude, the white dude, all us back there. Everybody back there, Mexican dude. He was like, look, they're gonna start playing movies this weekend. He was like, but look, anything happen, they're gonna take the movies out from our pod. That's what they said they're gonna do. They said they're gonna take the movie channel. It's a movie channel they're gonna put in, and that's what we'll be able to go to look at the movies. He was like, but if we're not doing what we're supposed to do, they're not gonna let us keep the movies, man. So that's just what it is. He was like, the holiday pass. Y'all already know we filling those out next week. So y'all already know what time it is. We good. We ain't got no cases or nothing. He says a dude upstairs in 4D, that's the pod representative. And he said, man, they was up there fighting the other night. He said, you know what the Sarge told him? He was like, what? He was like, the Sarge told him one more fight. And they ain't getting no holiday pack, man. He said, because he don't even want to get them the holiday pack. So he know they gonna mess up. So they ain't gonna get the holiday pack. So I'm like, that's crazy, man. Like, you know, I can't do too much about this, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm just a maniac just trying to survive in penitentiary, man. Like, all type of things be happening, man. All type of stuff be going on in there. But, like, you know, Lawrence has brought everybody together like this, man. Lawrence has got everybody that's, at least we're all being civilized. We all listening to each other, man. We aren't trying to hurt each other in there, man. We got to give credit to Lawrence. So out of just what he's doing, like, I felt like that's what gave everybody the respect for him to move right. Like, everybody don't be listening to dudes like that, man. But Lawrence was one of those dudes that, you know, like, he give away that intimidating factor, like, you know what I mean? Like, he just, you know, like, slightly, like, just, you know, that's just how he is. Like, everybody rock with him. You know, everybody respect him. So that's what we going with. All right, that's what's up, man. I'm gonna keep everybody straight. Everybody like, boom, 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 boom. We gonna keep everybody straight. Everybody like, yeah, we're gonna get the movies and we're gonna get the holiday pack. Everything gonna be good. So Lawrence was like, all right, that's a bet. That's a bet, man. Look, man, I'm proud of all y'all too, man. Like, I like all of that. I like all that about y'all, man. Y'all, everybody good, man. Everybody good as joke, man. Like, I appreciate all y'all, man. Like, when I was just at Buckingham, man, like, that prison, man, like, it wasn't no unity up there. It wasn't no unity at Buckingham, man. The only thing they got up there is free weights. And that's the only thing they think that's going to keep everybody moving right up there is that they got weights to lift, man. He said they ain't bought so much weights you can lift, man. You know? So, like, out here, You got to be able to come together, man. I'm proud of what y'all got going on, man. I'm proud of y'all for that, man. Everybody was like, that's what's up, man. Let's make sure they got no movies and stuff, bro. So we all pimped out. You know what I mean? We all pimped out. Everything was smooth, man. Everybody was feeling good, man. Everybody was feeling good. This was like a random Tuesday. You know what I mean? Wednesday roll around. Wednesday is the day that we usually get new intakes that's coming on the compound. Everybody ought to be knowing Wednesdays and Fridays is sometime when intakes get up there. You know what I mean? So, after having that meeting, you know what I mean? After having that meeting, man, everybody just in chill mode, man. Like, it wasn't no drama in the pod. I didn't even feel like I had to watch the Richmond Jews, and I don't think they feel like they had to watch me, because I never was on that type of time anyway, man. So, like, everything was copacetic in there, man. Everything was copacetic in there, man. All the way up until they brought these intakes in our block. You know what I mean? They brought 2 people in our block. Promise you, man, they brought 2 people in our block. The first person they brought in, they brought 2 people in our block, man. One was like this little skinny brown skin dude, man. Real skinny dude. Looked like he was like in his 30s, late 30s or something like that. When I say skinny, he was real skinny, man. Like real skinny. Like, and he had like a bobblehead, you know what I mean? Like his head didn't match his body, to be honest with you, man. But like I didn't really see or get to hear who he was when he came in, because he came straight in and went straight to cell 2. Now, cell 2, as soon as you come in, basically. The other dude went upstairs, so I see him. I spotted him. He knew a couple of dudes, so I guess he was from Richmond. So he come in, he started talking to a couple of dudes. I'm like, damn, so I ain't get to see the other dude like that. Then as soon as he went in his cell, started putting his stuff together, dude come out in the pod. It was another dude, I guess, that knew him, you know what I mean? Lawrence ain't even in the pod right now. He downstairs doing something with the sergeant or something. Man, I promise you, man, dude walked up. Dude was like, man, we was all by the TV. He was like, man, they done brought this lunatic in here, man. I was like, who? He was like, man, the little dude, BB, man. I was like, BB? We gonna call him BB. He was like, the little skinny dude, BB. I'm like, BB? That's his name? He was like, yeah. I was like, what's up? Where did he just come from? He was like, oh, he was on Buckingham. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah. He was like, man, and he's a shake, rattle, and roll specialist.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments can pay for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.